It's hard to say, why I started to compose, but I started to compose when I started playing the guitar. So I was 12. I started to play guitar, and immediately I started fiddling with the guitar. I would take the guitar. I even invented some instruments, like I would take a chair or a tabouret, and I would put like some kind of, like plastic things, and I would play with it. So it was something, I was very much interested in creating things. And so whatever I played in the very beginning, I started using it as material for composition. Well, compared to Sora and Giuliani, I think we're in a good place. I'm kidding. What I mean is just that, there were some centuries where, the guitar didn't have so many great things going on. I think, I mean, I don't know if this is kind of too ambitious or too arrogant, but I think we are in good. I think we are in a good place, actually. Of course, it's hard to know, because you don't know really until there is certain distance. So let's say by 2075, let's say by 2075, maybe then people will know a little bit better, because there were so many hundreds of composers throughout the ages, and maybe they all also thought the same. Maybe they thought, wow, this is such a great time for us, we're all doing this fantastic music, and then suddenly you just hear who was there. I don't know, there just shows up like Handel and Bach and few of such figures, whereas at that time, I mean, there were many, many, many more. But still, I do think we live in a very different time, and I think this is a time of expansion.
Hello, my name is Bruno Dozza. I am an Italian composer, but I live in Spain since 1993. And, well, I'm here because it's the first performing here of a quintet I wrote 3 years ago, or less, for a German guitarist, Jürgen Ruck, and the Sharon Ensemble, an ensemble of the Berliner Philharmoniker. And this quintet is like an elaboration, a musical elaboration of an original score of Roberto Gerard, a Spanish composer who lived, because of the Civil War, in England all his life. So he composed this music for a film of the BBC, but now we have only the score or the autograph of the music. So Jürgen Ruck showed me the score some years ago, and we talked a lot about how can we arrange this music, because it was very difficult to play or to create a suite, only with this music for guitar. So we think that maybe the best idea was to recompose the piece and with chamber ensemble.
If I'm writing a piece for guitar, I will have the guitar nearby, so I can grab hold of it, try things. But I don't sit down with the guitar on my lap, playing, improvising, improvise, write. It's normally much more abstract. I mean, I've written many, many things for guitars over the years, so sometimes I just use the instrument just to check something. I'll just try a stretch or some fingering. But generally speaking, the main tool is the piano and the pencil.
It was a commission by Greek guitarist Kostas Kotsiolis, and he commissioned it. He paid me the commission. He never played it. So the piece was sitting there, and I just thought, what a better person to take care of this piece, so to say, to find a home somewhere. And I thought of Antigoni, and Antigoni premiered it, as she mentioned. But I wanted to mention also, why was I interested in actually approaching this piece from this angle, because I could have also used so many other resources that come from the Balkan music in general, and I didn't actually do that. it seemed to me more interesting and adventurous to actually look at a few remaining fragments of the ancient Greek music. And I didn't really know much about the ancient Greek music. I just knew that it existed, but I didn't know much about it at all. So then I started looking into different books on the internet, etc. And I found some of these really great experts, among whom was Stefan Hagel, who is actually a professor of ancient Greek music at the Vienna Academy of Science and Arts. No, we are so spoiled. I think musicians are very spoiled. We always, yeah. Not only do we want to get paid, we also want to have fun, and the other way around. We want to have fun, and then we want to get paid too. So.
Dancers are not well paid, and they don't even drink a beer afterwards.
That's true.
The topic of arrangements. I know that. I already understand. What do you think? But still, let's go.
We feel slightly embarrassed by, we just do transcriptions, but most other instruments do transcriptions too. The only instruments really with a richer repertoire than our own are violin, cello, piano, and voice. That's it. Nothing else.
But from the compositional side, I say I've done lots of these kind of transcriptions in order to learn, but never to be performed in public.
Romanian dances, not originally for cello. He's playing Piece in Form d'Habanero by Ravel, not originally for cello. And in fact, a lot of learning repertoire, and even repertoire people play in concert, is transcription repertoire. Schubert arpeggione sonata. No one plays that in arpeggione. The idea that music can work well in different instruments, I think, is important and great. And certainly as guitarists, playing Debussy is wonderful. In my quartet, last year we played Beethoven's Sonata Opus 101. It's incredible to play this kind of music.
Everybody's free to do whatever he likes, but I'm not fond of it.
What do we do here? What we do here, we try to wake up the students. We try to show them that there is not only one kind and way of thinking, there is not one kind of involvement in the arts and in music, and more particular the classical guitar. We want to wake them up to the creativity of the mind of the composer, how composers work with the instrument. We want to inspire composition students to get to know the guitar and get the approach, another approach from the very square, classical trained approach. We want them to get to know the instrument. We want them to meet guitar composers or composers that they really started from guitar, so they know the instrument inside out. So the main idea is inspiring.